Hey, Amanda.
Hello. Hi,
Congrats.
everybody.
Congrats on getting the 75 pins there for 75 clean tests. Do you have a testing moment that like stood out to you? Maybe like something that was super inconvenient, or like anything that stands out as like maybe a weird moment from all these USADA tests over the years?
No, really. I'm kind of disappointed. Best friend with the girl that's always go there to do my test. Every time she go test me or Nina, we have a great talk. She's like kind of friend now. So I never have like a bad experience with her. It's pretty cool.
Okay, and you've been in the UFC since before this program came around, right? Do you feel like it's accomplished its goal in cleaning up the sport? Do you feel like there's less people using banned substances than there was before USADA came around?
Yes, definitely. It's very important because I take care of my body, in the right way, natural and everything, and I want to compete with a girl that's the same. So this is very important for everybody can see I'm clean too, and I'm powerful. Doesn't mean I need anything else to make me powerful. So I'm clean, and I can knock people out like that too. I can prove it.
And you had another face-off yesterday or today with Irene on the waterfront and stuff. Did you see anything different in that stare-down with her compared to the one you guys did last month?
No, it's just like see her again, make couple things for the fans, can see ours too, like for you guys too. And it's not about us, it's all about you guys.
When for you, because you're very respectful towards her, you're obviously a very nice person, but when does the flip switch to you to this person is trying to take this belt away from me and I need to obviously do damage to her in the cage?
When I signed the contract, when I signed the contract, the line modes started, So, and from there, I never stopped thinking like, I gotta protect my belts, I never gonna sleep in any opponent ever again.
And in the last fight, you finally won a title back, right? You haven't done that in a long time. You've just been defending them. So it's a first defense of the second title reign, right? Like, do you look at this differently than the first reign you had, or does it just feel like a continuation?
Yeah, it's a continue. I like to compete, so be here is just like a blessing to me. I love it, the fight week. I love everything involved to be a fighter. So it's just compete in my life, driving me forward, and is that.
What is your motivation right now? Because you did that interview where you said you'd considered retirement after the first Julianna fight, and I think people kind of freaked out, being like, is she 1 foot out the door, or like, where is she? So can you just maybe, to anyone who has doubts about your mindset or your motivation, explain to them where you are right now mentally?
Yeah, like when you hold the belt for so long and then lost that thing, like you get sad and you don't know what you do, honestly, because you work so hard. I work my whole life for that thing, and then she go away like that with somebody that I know I'm better, and that was hard to see, to watch it after and everything. But like for a couple moments, I walk and then like I was like a little confused about the whole thing, But like soon I got home, because I drive back and I take a couple days to be at home, and I always think about a lot of things, what I can do, what I have to change, I think a lot of things, and I decided no retire, because leave my belt with Julianna, no way. Can be with somebody else, but with Julianna, no. So, and I know I can kick her ass, anytime I want. That day was like a day I'm taking, like, she's supposed to like win that day, I'm supposed to make the mistake that I make to fight without being really in my great shape, and I pay for, and I never is gonna do that again, ever. So, yeah, I was confused a little bit, but like soon I got my foot in the floor, I got home, and everything was ready to go. My mindset was like ready to get the belt back and never lose again. So now I'm here, motivated as a lioness, ready to go through the jungle. My spirit's so strong and everything else, so I'm ready to go.
And I remember you told me a few years ago, like, you wanted to stay in the sport until your children were old enough to, like, fully understand what you're doing here and appreciate, the greatness. Is that still kind of the goal? Do you feel like there's many years ahead? Or as you kind of said there, would be fine leaving the belt with someone who's not Julianna? Is it a fight-by-fight thing now?
Yeah, I leave that open, to decide, letting my mind, my body after each fight from now on. Whatever I decided to stop is going to be inside the cage. I don't know. Anytime I have that answer in set, when I'm done inside the cage. So I always was in that moment that I always think, like, I have everything that I need, and I work hard for my belts and everything, but I always felt that I was missing something, My heart always was empty, and I always try to find what is the love that I need. I dream with my belts. I have my belts, what I needed. So when Reagan's born, I find out that was what I was missing, be a mother. That love that's be able to raise a child is amazing. And I love so much be a mommy that I have another one now coming.
And just last thing for me, Raquel Pennington is actually here as like the backup, right? Do you put any thought into your mind of like if something crazy happens the next couple of days with Irene, like preparing for someone else or a change of opponent? Like, do you put any concentration?
No, I don't think anything's gonna happen. It's gonna be a runner. We're gonna face me that night, So obviously, Rock is here. I think it's cool. Have somebody else line up, but like nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be Aldana for sure.
Amanda in the front right here. Irene was in here earlier, and you've essentially been the champion her entire UFC career, and she said she had been studying and preparing to fight you even before you had won the belt. So was she always on your radar as a future opponent even before you fought for the title?
I always think about her too, The Lions don't sleep, So I was training for her actually because I know I'm supposed to be her, And me and Nina always think about it. Because they talk about Julianna, all those things, but like I always think about like the Mexican right now have like a good run, They might think about put Aldana, so we started training for her right away. And when I got a call, with Julianna. So, but I was training for Aldana already. When everything changed at the end and become be Aldana, I was ready for her already.
She said she had thought there would be a moment even before you fought for the title that you guys would probably be matched up even way back then. So were you aware of her back then too, and were you watching her?
She lost. I don't think she was really. She's supposed to, but like her fights no always a fight that like, oh my God, she's the next. That's why UFC put somebody else in front of her. If she impressed them, for sure we would be able to fight. But she not always impressed back then to face me. But now, not having anybody else, so she's still not impressed. But I'm not asleep on her, and I like to fight somebody else new, and I like the challenge she brings to me.
And last question for me. Charles was in here, and he's such a massive star in Brazil. Was there ever a moment in your career that, like, that's what you wanted, like, to be such a mega star in Brazil?
No, that never was something that I want. I want to be a double champion, Never was a thought in my mind to become stars. I tell Nina all the time, like, I want to be able to go everywhere, I want to be able to I want to be able to be normal and chase my dream and have my belts and be, actually, my life right now is perfect. It's exactly how I want, And I'm happy for him, if this is what he likes to do, this is great for him. But I love how everything in my life is set up right now.
Amanda, back here at the very back. Welcome to Vancouver.
Thank you.
You talked about your family. You've got both belts again. You've been on a dominant run. Do you feel this is your perfect life that you're living right now? It couldn't get any better?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I just will have to carry that, on. And if you have anything else out there I can do, I feel like the life is going to show me, like always. Everything that's happened in my career, I didn't know it's going to happen, The only thing that I know, I'm going to get the belts, the 2 belts. But anything else, all the records that I break is like, was the life show me, And I was following and get everything done. But, yeah, I carry on like that right now, and I have everything that I needed.
Have you allowed yourself to process the fact that you're one of the greatest at what you've done? And to give an example, when I told my wife that I was coming here today, she was excited that I was going to be able to interview you today. She's a casual MMA fan, but you've transcended the sport where you have people like her excited to watch your success and enjoy your success. Have you figured that out about what you've been able to do? And has it hit you deep down inside that you had that effect on people?
Yeah, a lot of people come up to me and then tell me exactly what you tell me. And I think this is cool, you know. This is what I love to hear. And I be able to be in people's life like that and be able to get people to watch MMA if they don't are a huge fan, but like just because of me, they like me, and then they can watch it. I think this is amazing. You know, making me happy, means a lot to me. And I feel like this is one of the things that really drive me forward in this sport as well. To see people that never watch MMA fall in love just because see me fight and see me talk, or like me because who I am with everything that I did in my life, you know, coming from Brazil, from a small city, you know. I don't know, a lot of people when go there with me, say like, how people find you here, you know. Back then, now the city is a little big, but back then it was like almost nothing. It was more like a jungle, a little city around. So I feel like if I did, I have a lot of little girls out there can do. So that make me happy to hear when I see people tell me those things. You have a wife, you have second child on the way. To share the journey with them, how much has the journey changed because of that? And is it even more special? Even more special. And change it for better. Every fight week for me before Reagan always was like very hard because I stay there in a room sometimes and don't do anything, you know, like it was always boring. And I always like, let's go away, let's go do something, let's go here and there. So I always try to fill that empty space that I have. And now, see, like make me laugh. So this is how it is, guys. This is my fight week, you know, with a lot of love and like things to do, discipline her, you know, read a book and do everything like I do at home. So this is making me the fight week enjoyable. Okay, last question. My wife said, okay, when you ask her this, please ask this for me. You're in a beautiful city, one of the most beautiful cities in North America. Do you get to enjoy it with your family? Will you spend a little bit extra time, or have you seen some of our family, of our city with your family? Say it again? Will you enjoy Vancouver? Have you been enjoying our city? That was the question my wife wanted to ask. Okay. Do you get to enjoy the city, and have you been enjoying our city? Yeah, we went around a little bit, but like I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay 2 more days to do that, you know. My schedule is pretty busy this weekend, but like we went to a couple restaurants, amazing. The city is beautiful. I went for a good run too, and I was be able to see the combination of the mountains and the water is like unbelievable. So, and I just think he's beautiful. This is my second time here, but the first time, walk around a little bit, see everything. It's pretty cool. Amanda over here. Tell your wife I say hi. Tell Monique you say hi. Not looking past Saturday night, but is your understanding that Julianna Pena will fight the winner of this, or could it be Raquel Pennington because she's the backup for this fight? Neither. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like either of them, one of them is like is right there, you know, to fight for the belt. So I'm gonna be ready for them. Is it possible Mayra Silva, she's fighting Holly Holm, if she gets a win, is there a possibility of her maybe getting a title shot? Because a win over Holly would be pretty big for the division. I don't think so right now. No? No. Okay, fair enough. Irene's teammate, Alexa Grasso, defeated an opponent that you fought twice, Valentina Shevchenko. Were you surprised by that win, or did you feel like Alexa had a chance going into that fight? I'm always surprised, you know. I fought Valentina when she was in her prime, you know. And we both was growing, you know. In our last fights, we both was growing as a fighter, you know. And it's like Valentina have a lot of holes that I can see, you know. I wasn't be able to do, you know, back then, but I see how Alex Grasso will be able to finish her.
And then Valentina said a lot of times that she thinks a third fight between the two of you will happen at some point. But with her losing, do you think you'll probably never fight her again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think have a lot of noise in the 135 right now. I don't think UFC is gonna stop and then go back with that Valentina thing. That's no sell nothing, So.
And I don't know if you've been asked this before. It's been a while, but Kayla Harrison's coming off a loss. She hasn't fought in a while. I know there was some talk about her fighting you and all this. What advice would you give to her? Because you've had losses before as well, too. Is there anything you would say to her about having that first defeat and not being undefeated anymore?
She's going to learn it. She just got here, so she will learn it.
Amanda, wondering, Irene's had a few weight issues in the past. She's missed 135 a few times.
She did it?
Yeah, and she's
didn't know
had
that.
at 140 at catchweight a few times as well. Any concern just with that information that she makes weight on Friday?
I will fight her. I don't have a problem. Not for the belt, though. The belt's going to be a decide save, but I will face her.
So you will face her, but won't put the belt on the line?
Yeah,
that's
I will face Aldana.
Gotcha. And you mentioned just when you were talking about Julianna Pena and that day where she won the belt from you, you were saying anyone but Julianna. Why anyone but Julianna that day?
What happened?
You mentioned that day when you lost the belt to Julianna Pena, like you couldn't stomach the fact that she beat you, but you could have maybe dealt with somebody else beating you. Why was it so hard, Julianna specifically beating you? Why was that hard to stomach or swallow?
She's not that good, She's not that good. That was hard to swallow, She's crazy. She's like, go forward and then punch and then just being tough. She have the belt, she can get hit. And no, it's like, no way. I knew I'm going to go back then and get the belt again, So it's not always down the second fight, I'm going to get my belt back. So, and I did it.
So trilogy isn't on the table, you think, in the event that you retain and she wants to fight you again?
I fight her again for sure after this. No problem at all.
When you talk to Julianna, does it sometimes annoy you that you beat her so conclusively in the second fight, but she still says, I made you go southpaw, I changed the space striker. Do you sit there and you get frustrated, or what do you think when you hear those things?
She make me better. This is MMA. If she stick with her style, I'm sorry, you're gonna be gone soon, I'm evolve all the time, Yeah, I can strike with my both stand, I can wrestle you. My wrestle is better than yours, you could stop. My ground is better than yours. If you attack anything, I can defend. I'm stronger. So I'm better than you everywhere. You're gone.
Amanda, to your left. When the fight with Pena was originally announced, it was met with somewhat of an eye roll from a lot of fans, and I'm wondering if you felt that too. This is one of the rare times where an injury replacement happens, and fans seem more excited for Aldana than they did for Pena.
Everything can happen. The training for a championship fight so intense, especially training to fight me, and especially how she went down second fight, and when the replace came, I feel like everybody, even the fans, was very happy about it. They want to see this fight happen. They want to go watch here in Vancouver. They wanted this main event. So I saw a lot of things, a lot of bad comment when they closed me and Julianna, and people don't want. And so when everything changed, everybody got happy.
Are you more motivated? Are you more excited for this fight?
I am. I'm motivated. If it was Julianna too, I would be too, because the compete is what makes me excited. So no matter who step in front of me, that makes me excited.
And last one for me. You talked about Reagan and obviously another child on the way. Are the training camps harder because now you have to be away from your family when you are in camp?
No, actually, my gym have a pretty good setup. I make everything to have my family with me if they want. But Reagan go to school too, So now she's 2, and it's more easy to do because she with ties all the time. She's in school, but I make the gym. She have a huge space upstairs to play around if she wants. So it's not a problem at all. Have my family with me all the time. I make the the way to good for everybody, you know. And training is something that's never bother me, because me and Nina is a team, you know. If I cannot handle Reagan in that moment, she can handle. So, and we go back and forth like that. Sometimes her dad to help us, like, stay with Reagan a little bit. He loved to stay with Reagan. Who don't love to stay with Reagan? So, and yeah, I don't see, like, myself go away for so long. I always tell UFC, like, if you guys gonna take me somewhere, they have to come with me, you know, Reagan, because a child, like, in 2 days, they, like, changed so much. Nina went to Disney with her for 2 days, and then I was stay home to keep training. And then when she come back home, she was speaking, like, things that I never expected. So, like, see, imagine in 1 week I'm far away, you know, like, no way. So, and yeah, I go everywhere with them. I love to have them around me. And 10 years together, me and Nina, without go anywhere, a part of each other, so we good together. We are best friends too.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Question right here, Amanda. Oh, right here. You were just talking about your gym that you're running now yourself. You're now 1-0 when running your own camp under your new gym. Just wondering, has there been any challenges or any lessons learned, even though you were victorious in the one fight under? Have you learned anything since doing that experience, running your own camp?
You know, the challenge, I thought it was going to be a challenge to put the gym together, you know, because I never did it before. I know I was in a lot of gym, and I see how crazy it is to put the gym together. But, like, when things started coming together, I was, like, surprised. So, like, this is meant to be, you know. I supposed to, like, go in my own like that. I supposed to open my gym. And the space was, like, a blessed space, you know, was a space that I was surprised, you know. I always tell Nina, like, I want a building that's have, like, tall ceilings, all those things. So when we got in the place, it was exactly what I want. And I put the gym together and challenge only with the training partner. They want to kick my ass and make me better. So I feel like the challenge that I get is for my training partners.
You've also mentioned since that you've sort of have a renewed spirit since starting up this new gym. Can you put into words exactly what it is about opening up your new gym that's giving you this renewed motivation? Yeah,
when it's something that's yours, you know who is going all the time, who is going to train you, who nobody's allowed inside, only you, who you want. When I open the door every day of the studio, is like, it's not only a gym, it's a sanctuary, you know. Have all my posters in the wall, all the things that's motivating me to really move forward and everything. So I feel like that is what is, like, really keeping me in my toes, you know. When you'll be able to really, like, get comfortable, and I don't say, like, as much, like, scared, but, like, you want to walk in a place and feel good, you know, feel threat, you know, and you want to have the coach for you. You know, when you become a champion, like, you always want your coach, and you want to be with your training closely, you know, very closely. When you see your coach train all the girls, and the girls, it can be my future opponents, that was another level of thoughts, you know. So this guy helped me to become who I am, and help another girl to beat me maybe one day, you know. That was, like, if you think about it, like, they might not think about that in that way. But as a champion, I see my coach training this girl that's talking about me, that's one of my belt, and they still, like, give some advice to her. If maybe one day we face it. So you don't think, like, that little energy she have for my coach would help her to get these things, you know what I mean? So, but this is one thing of me, you know. A lot of fighters can think different. So when I started get really bother me that much, I decided to make some adjustment, you know. It's like people do whatever they want, but, like, I do it my way. I know it's good for me.
Amanda, to the right here. Hi.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, June is Pride Month in Canada, which celebrates the LGBTQ plus community. How happy are you to fight on this stage and represent that community during Pride Month?
It's pretty cool. I take it that way. Like I take it as smooth as possible, and I feel like I live my life the way I love to. I feel like that is a good way to put this out there. You know, I'm not in tune that much, you know, in the community, obviously, but like I really love to be able to represent, you know, as like being myself, be with my family, be happy, you know, live, respect people respect me. A lot of people asking me like, why you know be more into the community, all those things, help more. Like I say, like you gotta respect my position. You know, I do good things, so that is a good way to already help the community to, you know, be respected by others. If I respect people living my life, you know, I feel like that is gonna help other people to look up to everybody in a different way. So, and yeah, I feel like in that way now, step in the cage in the Pride Month is pretty cool. You know, I'm very excited, and if I be able to help the way I like to help, I feel good about it.
Thank you.
Good.